Check, love and set massive. This is Agent Sasco. Yes, I mean, trust me. Welcoming you to H&L's Modern Builder. All right, so what we will be building, we'll be completing this project, which is an outdoor kitchen, and we're erecting a fence and building planter boxes and stuff like that. Beside me is
Benjamin. So I'm from Rapid True Value, representing for the Sovereign Store. We're going to collab with Agent Sasco on the DIY modern build.
Since this is episode 1 and you're joining us from the start, let's go through, I guess, there's a safety first, so we could get into that. Always wearing your safety equipment. Eye is very important. Gloves, well, if you have sandpaper on like me, maybe you can live without them, but you know, it's always good to have. And of course, use the tools as they were designed to be used, and don't, try to get too fancy.
For the list of tools that we'll be using for this project, well, we're starting off with a miter saw, manual labor, of course, and we're also going to be using a drill, an impact driver,
level, hammer, nail, screw, and of course, tape measure. Very important. Oh, and regarding tape, you must, I imagine, you measure all 3-4 times, and so you cut one so you don't waste the material and things like that. And also, if you're working with lumber, a lot of the times you might get them a little wet or damp. It's good to leave them for a few days to dry out before you start working with them. Why? Because you finish the way you do and then everything shrink up and you look like, you know what I mean? So, let's go. Enough talking. We're ready to do this thing. All right. So, make we jump right into this thing.
Yeah.
All right, Marlon, tall level.
You can pick up your hands and tell me whatever they have on camera, Sasco.
Oh yeah, this is Marlon, the real general. And me and Marlon take on all of the mission. Yeah. You'll be seeing Marlon a lot today, or throughout the project. Marlon, I'm a real general, and me and Marlon take on them things, so you don't know. The taller one more do Marlon. All right.
We're good to know. Nail that on.
Get me a level upon this day, Benjamin. I'm going to race it against yourself. 2 minutes. No, bring the lever to the card for me. Yeah. Yes, I do. All right. First thing, massive, don't choke your hammer. My father used to always tell me, you see this not work. Yeah. You see that bandana you style for me already, you know. How people wear this all day? That's 6 feet. That's about 7. We can catch it or do whatever down there for adjust. So the top of the fence will be the line, right?
Yeah.
I make a little harbour for this. Make the post go up at least like a 6-inch or a foot or a foot above it, right? So we can come off with that. All right.
So Sasco, we'd have a little conversation earlier where most persons never privy to.
Yeah.
Make you have your post in black.
All right, so we painted the base of these posts that will be planted in the ground there. With some quick dry enamel paint that's supposed to provide some kind of, I guess, water resistance, so it will help prevent the lumber from rotting. If you ever see them take out some light posts sometimes, you see the top is pristine and the base gone, rotted away, so we don't want that reach through. All right, cutting edge. Well, them boasting this here, Benjamin. So massive, yeah, I always use my miter saw and dust a fly everywhere. Benjamin come with a
Cyclone.
Serious contraption. What is MacGyver?
Alright, so these are just a regular 5-gallon plastic bucket. Everybody have them lying around. So we double the bucket so that the bucket not collapse on itself when the vacuum a suck. And just a basic shop vac you can get Adrian lumber and a cyclone on top of the bucket. So once we turn on the vacuum, all of the dust are going to go into the bucket before it go to the vacuum.
All right, boss.
So you know, mash up your filter them and we'll have a catchment bag.
All right, boss.
So all we need now is just some power.
So here, massive. The next thing we're using any kind of saw. Always check where your digits are, and that it is not going to interact with the blade. Ready? So I never do much adjusting with cutting, making this cut, because it's not such a forensic cut, it's not a finishing cut, it's just cutting off a post and you can you know, get away with that. But when you get into like more precise cuts, you have to make sure your pencil line and the saw blade and all of them things there set right. Forward them all that. Concrete. Yeah, man. I must have always pre-drill because we don't want them things to split up. Alright, put the level on this so I go on there. Talk to me.
So we need to go also.
All right. So we getting the post plumb, making sure it's straight on all sides.
Yep.
So
We don't have no rickety fence.
no lean post around here.
That's right.
All right.
So this no need for come to me.
To you.
Yeah.
All right. Set it and tell me. Tell me.
That plumb.
Which side?
Feel it strip a while ago.
Which way?
Need to go back.
Want to go back that way?
Yeah, well, come
All right.
back.
Sorry.
to you.
Sorry.
Hmm?
Plum him and tell me.
Plum.
I will say. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's kind All right. Yeah?
Yeah.
That one the name. What killer would I say? Lover! All right. So, this post is our, I guess our
Reference point.
Reference point. No. So we can't really do much with it because the concrete is not
cured
set.
as yet, so.
So it's like
We stall. So as we did the DIY project, you're going to hit snags and you're going to hit roadblocks. So
I mean, there's always a workaround, right? And people complain a lot of the time about, start the workman them rush through the thing and never did it right. Well, what happens is, some of the time is because of things like this, where I can say, you know what, wait till it dry. And if a contractor is pressed for time, he might say, yo, we need to get it done. So you find a workaround. Well, me not going to find a workaround. I go and wait.
maybe we just did.
All right, so massive, regarding tape, right? You have different tape measures. Some, of course, will have clearly have the inches marked out. But then I prefer a tape for an amateur like me with the smaller increments identified. That is your 1/2 inch, your 3/8, your 1/8, your 3/4, your 7/8. So that means when you measure something, I used to say, all right, so it's 5 inches and 1/2 and 2 more than the 1/2. Because you would know about 7/8 and all them things. But now when it mark out like this, you can just say, oh, it's 5 and 7/8. Precise. All right, back to the reason. So Julian says she wants to see over the fence. How about here?
Up again.
This good? You can tip. This is fine. So that is exactly 6 feet. All right. All right. We're going to frame off this for anchor it. So I could get them there from now. We're using 2x4s. No man, 2x4s we're using. Because them are go permanent. Yeah, see there? See there, man? Alright, we're going to cut a piece of 2x4 for help frame the post, the fence post. So, ready. Massive, before you operate the saw, always check where your digits are. Unless you want to name 9 here or something. One more. Benjamin, we never turn on your bossy cyclone. It's a framing and thing. This is not necessarily the fun part where you just have cut and whatever, but it's the most important part. Why? Because if you start wrong, then you have to finish wrong.
Everything else could be out of alignment.
So you have to make sure you get all of your levels correct and your alignment proper and thing. So this is the tedious part, But like I said, foundation of it proper.
So why are you sweating so much?
Huh?
Why are you sweating so much?
Oh, guys, this is not glamorous business, What do you think? It's not a glamour shot. I'm working.
How did you acquire all this expertise? Is this your...
No, all right, so first of all, I have to big up my father. My father is the kind of man that, weekend used to have to just go in the yard and do things as boy pick me and to just do something. And always challenging us to that kind of thing. I send in Joshua because of this COVID business. I never want to cuss me and say, oh, he's not around the mask. So I'm sending him in. But usually Joshua would there, I even
so why
pass
you can't
tools.
tie up Joshua with
No, because it's uncomfortable for me. Much less. Matter of fact, why are you doing on my site without protective gear, man? Oh, y'all barefoot on the site? You're bad.
I only came to pass through. I'm not going to linger. Everybody can please go. to hardware and lumber right now. Somebody asked what's being built, Sasco.
So this is an outdoor kitchen and we're erecting a fence right now for some privacy. You don't want the neighbor looking at your pot. Right?
I imagine not. Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
My work here is done.
Framing,
Alright, here
the
we go.
fun part.
You can put
Oh,
back in.
coconut water next. Please.
What are you going to pay me?
Huh? Yo, remember, listen, we're live here.
Remember, so you have to show me what you're doing.
Oh, God. Oh, we stay there, Benjamin.
Looking good.
All right, we can fix that then. Come in, Massive. I have a fix for that.
Money I have to.
Marlon, the short level, the yellow level, we're not going to rest this on the,
Yeah, okay.
you want it so that the water or whatever can
Pipe
pass.
now. Impede us screwing it in.
So, no, I'll tell you, I have an app for that. I got an app for that, Ben. Thank you, dear. You don't listen to Dexter apps.
I noticed. No comment. It's just, why did you ask for that, Jeffrey?
Just, may I tell you one song?
Think carefully.
May I tell you one song, I don't want you to listen. Right, so I think that's supposed to do. We're putting up this bracket that will hold the post when we're ready. All right. All right.
That looks like us.
All right. So. All right. So we're going to enter the screw from now, Massive, so that it's just a quick run up when we have it in place. Yep. Yeah, so like this now you can't fit the driver around here. Come let me show them this one. So we can't fit the driver between this pipe. So we use this attachment to get in there to do the work. Whenever we walk through the hardware store, they can tell you at the different True Value stores, I will go in there for like a pack of batteries and leave it at trolley full of things like these. Even if I don't need them on the day, but it's like, yo, I remember this time when I wanted to do something in a corner like that. I know how uncomfortable it was and you wish you did have an instrument for it. So when you see them, you get them. So as we wait on the bit to finish that, we'll need another one of these brackets up here that will hold the post, but we're not making that one just yet until we have the post there. And here's it.
Why you keep trying to go into your internet like that?
Oh, you
and
do
help
it, me no know. All
Oh
right, take
my
off on
goodness
a code.
gracious. Here, it's simple settings. Why you always act like you can't work no technology, add account?
Why you always
Okay,
act
you
like
have
you
the
can't work
maximum.
this out?
That's not funny. That's not
Well, it wasn't funny. Come here, give me a screw there.
Gosh, that's my foot.
I tell you, so you shouldn't be a
I
foot
can
out
sue
here.
you.
No, the taller screw, the taller black one. So, yeah. So them thing are bad, man. Never rate them one at a time. Man.
So, when you have tools like these, clamps, especially when you're working alone or if you have limited assistance, this give you another pair of hands. As you can see, Sasco now have more room to do more gymnastics. So for all the females watching,
Will you release this clamp?
so to release, you have a little button here, so that one is press it and take out the tension. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, like your boss are going.
You the man, man? Still framing. I'm going to use this wall as a support for the other post that will go on the top as well. So I have to bore this the stones and then use a concrete screw to
Anchor post to the
anchor
stone.
anchor the, yeah. Alright, want another piece anchor to that. Drop in this and then we can start
About maybe 8 foot, yeah.
freeing some of them. No, just anchor to this one.
No, we can floor the pedal because everything is plumb, everything is square. So, before you know, we have a compound miter saw. So, this tool is good for doing framing work like what you see us doing here, building the fence. And this particular model gives you the angle to cut angles on the plate, as well as you can cut bevels this way. And this tool is comparable to a circular saw in some respects. The difference, the trade-off with the circular saw is that the circular saw is more portable, whereas this tool now, it has a fence, so it gives you repeatable cuts and more accurate cuts than a circular saw. Whereas if you're using a circular saw, you may actually need a frame and maybe clamps. Whereas this, once you butt your workpiece up against the fence and you come down with the saw, you get repeatable cuts, which are square and accurate every single time. And of course, you can get a model like this at rapid true value outlets. So we ask one of our onlookers to give us a grade if this project is coming on, if our build is looking like a fence. And so far we've gotten a passing grade. And as you can see, everything is lining up perfectly. Everything is squared up. So the time that we took to ensure that the foundation was accurate, all the lumbers were plumb, it's paying off.
You know, say somebody criticized the fence. I'm not about to say them card. They're going to say me defensive. Some of it. See that? On a name, holding firm. They talk too soon. That name pre-drip. Just start walk a different road pattern.
Thank you.
Why not jelly water, man? My God. What time is it now?
2:47.
Alright, so we'll just finish to this post and call it. I don't know what them call this thing, but it's like if things not straight and balanced and like looking at them, it mess with me. I can't deal with that. Alright, massive. Safe to say, fence taking shape now. Start look like a fence, right? The framing is secure, and that means all we have to do now is fill in the blanks with the planks. Mad. Stay tuned. Yeah, massive, we're there again. Another day, and we're going to continue the work. Benjamin soon reach. Yeah, let's get to it right away. Look away that today. There we go. I'm throwing all these screws in my. No, I can't sell it. Aye. So now that the board them even more dry, I think we have to start use the drill with it. So we don't have any splitting. Yes, it starts split up there. Oh, that the great Ben.
Alright, how you do, Sasco?
Yeah, man, we're there. Hold on, there my. No, we have to go mass up here now. But you can take a Bluetooth ear for now. Respect. All right, there we go. Love and respect massive. Now, this is where we leave you for this episode. I'd say the fence is about, I don't know, well, this section at least is about 80%. It's just like a stain and thing now, and some more framing and whatever. Anyhow, all the material we use on this build, also all the tools you can get at H&L True Value. Miter saw, the circular saw, impact drivers, drill, all of that. See? So check them out. Enough respect again, Ben. Yeah, man, salute. See it there? Marlon, big up yourself, all of the crew, you know it go. Love and respect. DIY Sasco signing out, man.